is yours.
Hi everyone, you Ellen Evans, and it's been a long journey. A lot of my stuff happened because of child sexual abuse, and I felt like if I ate, uh, it would take the pain away. And not only that, but eating relieved a lot of things that was going on in my head. And I'm a very when I get emotional. I eat a lot, and so as we was talking last week about being in ministry, I'm a minister as well. So you try to tie all this stuff up when it was time to fast. I know I couldn't afford to fast because I'm an emotional eater, and so I knew that when I was hungry, I was going to eat whether we were on a fast or not. So but I ate away a lot of the pain, a lot of the hurt, you know, a lot of things that brought me to weighing 299.4.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I ate because it was just good. I mean, I'm I'm not a big fan of vegetables, but I love meat and my big thing was Sneakers and Dorito chips and Little Debbie cakes, especially the fudge rounds
Mm.
and the zebra cakes. Those were my snacks and it's strange I have a peanut allergy. But I love the sneaker, and until last year it almost killed me twice. So I don't do the nuts
Wow.
anymore. But I love food. I do. Believe it or not, to weigh 299.4 pounds, I was a picky eater. I
Wow.
didn't do vegetables at all. I didn't do vegetables because I promised when I got grown I wouldn't eat a vegetable because I we had a garden growing up, and so for punishment I had to spend a lot of time in the garden because I stayed in trouble. And so I was never going to eat those vegetables because I planted them. And
Mm.
so my child abuse, child sexual molestation led me to eating, to getting into 299. I played sports in school, so I knew the right thing to do to lose the weight and to be healthy because I played basketball, I played softball, I ran track. But
Okay.
at some point, I just my all that baggage started weighing me down, and I felt like if I ate, it took away the pain. But in reality,
Mm.
eating doesn't take away the pain, and that's one of the things I really want to talk about. Um, uh, eating comes a lot of stuff. I've had 8 strokes, and
Jeez.
so I've been blessed. I've had 8 strokes, and the last one gave me the scare of my life because it took my speech, it took my voice. And I didn't realize it had taken my voice. And I was like, "Well, God, I need my voice because I'm a minister. God, you know I'm your child, and I need to get your
Right.
word out to your people." But I didn't realize how bad I was, and so I was like, "Well, God, if you send me what I need, I'll be able to do it." And so I procrastinated and I procrastinated and procrastinated about being healthy, even though I know the doctor said if you have another stroke, you're out of here.
Mm.
And so I got to thinking, well, they say that at the if I had the eighth stroke, that I wouldn't be here, or I would lose something. So I've really been blessed. It's not that I've been this perfect
What is
Christian,
that?
not that I've been this good woman,
What is the
but because
perfect
of the grace of
Christian?
God, His grace and mercy is the reason. Yes. And so as I begin it, I have a friend back home that says, "You Ellen, we need to do this." We I
Uh
I
oh,
have
you
a
Ellen,
personal
you're
trainer, believe it or
freezing.
not. It's crazy, but she's good. She's 6 hours from she's from Mississippi. And so I called her and I had prayed about it and I said, "God, you have to send me some."
Uh oh, can you see me? You're freezing. Can you hear me? You Ellen. You Ellen. You Ellen. You Ellen. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Ellen. Oh, shoot. Ellen. I can't hear you. Ellen. I can't hear you. Okay, we're having technical difficulties. Okay. Hey, I apologize for that. Natalie is is doing her best to keep in touch with us via Facebook Messenger. We're having technical difficulties with Ellen. I can't hear you. And I'm hoping she's able to get back in here. Uh-oh, I see.
Hey, Erica.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. Wait, who's that?
It's Natalie.
Oh.
Okay,
this is going to be a comedy show in a second because I'm thinking you're Ellen and here you pop up.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Ellen can hear us, but I was listening to the conversation.
Okay, is she freezing for you too?
Say it again, Erica.
And kind of messed up. You're sounding kind of messed up.
I am.
Remember before we started, and I said your audio? Yeah, your audio is like real
what I'm gonna do is
discombobulated.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can't see you. But
can you hear me okay?
Lab, we can use earphones, and sometimes that cuts down the noise. So I'm gonna go grab my earbuds, and put them in and see how that works.
Yeah.
All right, Erica.
Okay. Okay.
Am
I'm still praying on you, Ellen, over here. Yeah, that's fine. Good.
All right. I'm gonna give me 1 second.
I don't hear you clearly. I can barely make you out. You sound like a techno.
We got a lot of good information to share about this topic. At least I know I have some things I want to contribute. So give me 1 second to grab my earbuds.
Okay, go for it. Okay. I know Ellen has an awesome story because I don't know the number, but you heard her say she was up to 299.4 pounds. Okay, Natalie is back and she's going to take it over. But I so wanted to hear Ellen's story about how she lost all that weight.
One of the things that I loved about this topic of emotional eating, because it affects a lot of people.
Okay.
I posted early on Facebook that 75% of people that overeat due to wanting to soothe and manage their emotional feelings. And those are usually feelings that they struggle with on day to day, or some traumas that may be going on in their life, like a death of someone, some kind of life change. Hey, Ellen, now I see her.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I just jumped on for a minute to help out, but you go ahead and take over.
Yes.
Go ahead. I was just saying that how I became an emotional eater.
And honestly,
I can't hear you again. Wow, I can't hear you, Ellen.
You can't hear me again?
Oh gosh.
Now I can hear you. Go ahead.
I see you all.
I don't even know if she can see us.
Don't worry about the
Okay, we hear you now.
When it comes time for me to edit this
No.
recording, I'm going to edit certain parts out. So
We
you
see
don't have to
you.
worry about the difficulties. But I can see you and hear you now.
Okay, I was saying that my journey with emotional eating started because I was a victim of child molestation and rape, but it made me, I was into sports and all that and stuff, and so I ate emotionally to help kill the pain and the sadness and the being lonely, and you know, and just I was just in a dark place, in a lonely place, and food became my best friend. I'm a very picky eater. Believe it or not, I'm a meat eater. Don't really care for vegetables. Vowed I'll never eat another vegetable again. I've had 8 strokes, and the 8th one was the wake-up call for me. As a matter of fact, it's just been about 13 months ago when I had the 8th stroke.
Right.
And I lost my speech. Yes.
Hey, can I ask you a question about the strokes? Because that is, you know, you are definitely truly blessed to still be there after 8 strokes. But let me ask you this: when it comes to emotional eating, why did you continue to eat that way even after the 3rd stroke, the 4th stroke, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th? Because I'm sure the doctor said somewhere along the line, if you didn't change, what could happen? Why did it take to the 8th stroke?
Because I'm you, Ellen, and I was gonna do what I want to do. And I wasn't gonna let the doctor dictate to me. I don't like dictatorship. And I wasn't gonna allow the doctor to dictate to me what I could and could not eat. And that's just keeping it real. And this has been an ordained elder and everything. I was gonna do it my way or no way at all. And so I took it upon myself and did it how I wanted to do it.
So what changed the 8th?
Go ahead.
What was it about the 8th time that you said, now I'm gonna make a change?
I lost my voice. I couldn't speak.
Okay.
I was speaking, but the doctor couldn't understand me. I was speaking gibberish. I was baby talk. They couldn't understand what I was saying. And the doctor gave me a piece of paper and asked me to write down what I was trying to say to him. And I was just asking him, when am I going home? But they couldn't understand me. And I looked at my daughter's face and saw the tears coming down her eyes. And I knew something was wrong. And so she took my phone and wouldn't let me talk on the phone. She said that she didn't want people to hear me not be able to talk. So she became my secretary for a while and took all the phone calls. And she one day told me, Mama, I don't understand what you're saying. No one, you can't talk. So I went to God and said, God, please help me. You know, I'm your child, I'm your minister, I'm ordained. And you called me to preach to the nation. So how am I going to preach and get my story out if I don't have a voice?
Right.
If you give me back my voice, I'll do what you called me to do this time.
Okay.
So slowly I got my voice back. It was I didn't have to go to speech therapy or anything, but he gave me back my voice. And after that, I said, well, God, I know I'm 299.4. So if you want me to be healthy, because I'm not going to do a diet. I refuse to do a diet. You have to give me somebody realistically that can help me, that has been on a weight loss journey before. I don't need a trainer. I've had several trainers. I don't want a trainer that weigh 110 pound weight. I need somebody that's struggling. So I have a trainer, excuse me, that struggles as well as I do. And so I called her. And she said she's 6 hours away from where I'm from, Mississippi, Pascagoula, Mississippi. And I called her and I said, I've been watching you online, watching your stuff. You know, her niece and her nephews had went to my sister's daycare back home. So I knew that, you know, she could help me. So she said, well, Ellen, you know, you live 6 hours away. If we're going to do it, you're going to have to do it really by yourself. I'm going to give you a meal plan. And this is what you're going to have to do. So she did. She gave me a meal plan and she said, I have faith in you and I believe you're going to do it. But I still wasn't set on doing it. But when that June the 15th came, it's like God took the taste of all the unhealthy food out of my mouth.
Wow.
I had just bought we had just bought groceries. I had all kind of Oreo cookies and Coke. Cause see, I'm a Coke fan. I had to have Coke as my water. Coca-Cola, I had Coca-Cola and sweet tea throughout the day. And it's like God moved it. He took it away.
Oh.
And so that started me. That first week, I thought I was gonna die. But it was just in my mind. I had to change my mindset. So that first week, I was like, I was eating the meal plan. I was doing the meal plan. I was faithful to the meal plan. I was like, cause if it's gonna work, she said, if it's gonna work, you're gonna have to do it. And so we worked the meal plan. So today I've lost 81 pounds.
All right.
Because every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks she send me a new meal plan, and I have to exercise.
Very good.
And so it was being realistic, you know. I had to get out of my emotions and say, okay, God, I'm gonna trust you. I didn't at first. I had to trust the process. And I didn't realize until one day somebody took a picture of me from behind, and they showed it to me and said, look at this picture. And I looked at the picture and I was like, oh, who is that with the big old clothes? I need to take those clothes off. And she told me, she said, turn around and look, that is you.
Wow.
That is you from behind. I had lost all that weight and I was still wearing the same clothes. So I wasn't letting go of that excessive baggage.
Wow.
And so I had an issue with stuff touching, with being touched. So it was okay to wear my clothes 2-3 sizes too big. It was a norm. But I realized that it's okay to be touched. It's okay to be normal. Whatever normal is, I don't know. So you can do it, but you got to.
Well, you let me ask you a quick question, just so we can kind of put it in perspective for people. You were $2.99.
Can't hear you.
I'm here.
Okay, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, is she?
5'7.5".
Okay. Quick question. How tall are you?
You're going in and out again.
Okay, so that too, because you know that 299.4 is going to sit a little differently. I mean, that's big for anybody.
We can't hear some of what you're saying. You on a roll,
Natalie. You're saying I'm going in and out.
I can't hear you at all. I want to ask.
No, Natalie, I'm talking.
Back on after she finishes what she has to say. She said something about emotional baggage and letting that go as a part of the process of a healthy weight loss journey. And I want her to talk more about that. We still can't hear you. You said 5'7".
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Did you hear the question I had when you finished?
For me, the emotional and excessive baggage was I was carrying around the abuse. I was carrying around, being molested. I was carrying around rejection. I was carrying around not being loved and not feeling love. And so when I began the journey, I had to make the decision to be open to loving me, to being a better ULN. So I started working from the outside in. So if I worked on the outside of me, which was the weight loss, the inside of me began to feel better, and I can go in, and I go to counseling. I'm in counseling and I'm working on a better ULN from the outside in. I don't say inside out. No. I had to start on the outside because I had to feel better about myself in order to work on the inside. Because sometimes we believe the inside is fine when the outside is ugly. And sometimes the outside is what's beautiful and the inside is tore up.
That's right.
So I was tore up on the inside.
Amen.
And so I was working on the outside, and I just decided, I want to be a better me. I need to fix this stuff because I am a minister. God, how am I supposed to preach to your children and tell them about how good you are and I'm tore up? So I set myself down 4 years ago from ministry. I sat down. Nobody had to sit me down because I'm like, I can't do this half-heartedly. I'm either hot or cold. It's either yes or no. And so when I sat down with all the excessive emotional baggage that I had, I began to work on a better me. But it took me 3 years to get there. And so I've been a little frustrated with myself lately because I felt like by now I should be under 200 pounds. I'm 218. And so my goal was to be 180, but I'm okay. I'm in a good place. I'm okay with it. And I'm not trying to kill myself to lose weight. I don't even look at it as a diet period. I look at it as a better life, healthy lifestyle change. Because if you look at stuff as a diet, you're going to always fall. I can't afford to be on a diet because I be hungry.
Yeah,
so now when I have those emotional moments, I have a stick of celery in my mouth, some cucumber, or something healthy. And then two, you have to be careful with that. You can overeat healthy as well.
Okay.
So I might get a piece of celery and say, you know what, shake it out and keep it moving. But I, ate that celery. But I didn't eat the whole bag of celery. So I just believe in being healthier. And then I have grandchildren, when I go visit them, they become my nana.
Yolanda's going to come back, and I really just want to piggyback on what
Natalie
she said.
Can you hear me?
And also, I want to just put this out there. I want to hear from you, Ellen, about how she made the transition from eating unhealthy to healthy. Because what she said was, now when she feels those uncomfortable emotions, where she used to eat to make herself feel better, she now puts a celery stick in her mouth.
I am in a better place because I am healthy.
That she didn't
I work with 2-year-olds too, so they kind of give me a run for my money, so that keeps me energetic and made me say, you know what, I'm gonna eat this healthy meal one more day. And the goal is to do it day by day.
Can you see me?
I can't see you. I can't hear you.
Yes.
Right, that's what. Right, she can't see or hear us. Okay,
you want to go ahead. I'm not going to be able to know whether you're talking or not. I can't see or hear you. So hopefully, maybe Erica can prompt me that you finished talking. I'm not sure. But go ahead, you Ellen. Erica said she'll tell me. Okay, go ahead, you Ellen.
Go ahead, you Ellen. I thought this talking to turn into a comedy show, but go ahead.
The thing about it is, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are.
Okay.
Emotionally, start journaling. Good. That's one of the things I had to do. I had to journal. I had to say, today I feel like crap. And, I had to say why I felt like crap. This is what's bothering me. And so that keeps me at peace within, as I'm working from the outside in.
Wow.
I journal. Today I feel like, and sometimes I bring it up because your children get nosy, people be watching, looking at your stuff. So, but I journal for me because you can't tell everybody everything, tell people everything. But I'm a firm believer in finding that one person that you can always say. I always say you can be naked before that means you can tell whatever and not worry about it. And I have that one person that I can share the whole me with, because being a minister, I have to suck up a lot of stuff.
Because you're also taking on other people's stuff.
I really have to suck up a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And then they were like, well, you're a minister. You ain't supposed to have a dime on me. Yes, I do. I tell them in a minute, I get dressed the same way you do.
That says they don't need to be there. I'm sorry. Wow.
Exactly.
So now, let me ask you this. Were you journaling before you started on this path, or this path is what made you start journaling?
No, I started back journaling on this path. From over the years, I would journal throughout, I'll journal a little bit and I stop, I wouldn't deal with a whole bunch of my emotions because some of the stuff was painful. And so, but this time journaling and saying how I really feel.
Let me ask you this. Now, do you now that you've gotten your feet are pretty much concreted or cemented on your own healthier eating, weight loss, and dealing with the child molestation, you've got that in the frame. You're just finishing up the picture. Have you started groups like that in your church?
No, I hadn't started anything in my church, but what I have been doing is that when women would inbox me about my lifestyle changed, the eating thing, I have given out 20 of 1 meal plans that my trainer did for me, and I revised it enough for them. And I've given it out to really 30, like 10 lately, but the first 20 I gave it to said it was too hard. So I revised it and revised it. So I told them, well, when you're really ready, let me know. You know, because they say they're ready or they want it, but they really don't. But they're watching me transform before them, especially my coworkers. They're watching me every day. It's like, wow. You know, I remember when you came in November, look at you now. And so I had seen Natalie a picture of the beginning and where I am today, of what I look like today. And it's been, to me, it's been a blessing to do it this time, and I'm doing it the healthy way. I didn't have surgery. I wanted to have surgery, but because I'm a heart patient,
and that's wonderful.
I'm a heart patient, I couldn't have surgery. No doctor would sign off on it. And for me, that was a blessing in disguise. I didn't realize, but it was a blessing in disguise when I started reading about the different surgeries, and I've had friends that had surgery.
Right. Now, when you say the surgery, you're talking about the rubber band?
All of them. I looked into all of them. Yeah, the gastro and the yeah. So me and my friend was gonna do it, and I was like, I think one of the times me and her had ordered some. Had a friend of mine. We ordered some diet pills offline when the Fen was out, but I think we ordered ours from China, and I think that's what started the first stroke.
Ooh.
Yes, and so by me getting it from China, I couldn't see nobody. Yes, that led to the first stroke.
Ooh. I heard, and I was tempted. I'll tell you, because I think back then I was over 200 myself. But I'm kind of I'm funny about that. I just am. I have a cabinet full of stuff. I get scared of taking it just to, you know, not knowing how my body's going to react. So yeah, I'm so glad you made it through that.
I think that led me down the path of, oh my God, you know, and so I couldn't sue nobody because we got it from China. Who we gonna sue in China? We ordered it through the mail.
Right.
And so that was the first stroke.
Now, how has your weight loss, looking and feeling great about yourself, how has that accelerated or boosted you being able to deal with the sexual assault from earlier?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. This past week I've been going to the gym for a minute, but there's a bicycle at the gym that I don't ride bikes because that was the first lie that my abuser told, that I had hurt my private area on the bicycle. That's how he said it to my mom, but that wasn't the truth.
Oh.
So I put on my Facebook page yesterday, I would not be defeated. The first day I went, I threw up. I got on it, I threw up everywhere. They were like, you got to go, ma'am. So I went back the next day and I was able to sit on it. So yesterday I went back and I rode it for 15 minutes. So I was like, I would not be defeated. And so it's helping me deal with it. Being healthy has really been a blessing to me on my journey of healing, true healing this time around.
Wonderful. So what's the next step for you as far as, because you're always going to be healing from that, right? Okay. So what is there, like another stage that you're going to go through, or are you going to keep doing what you're doing, you know, and see progress that way?
My next step is I have so many things I'm getting ready to do, you know, to better me. I work in child care, so I'm getting ready to take the 40-hour director's course and become a director in child care. I will always be doing something with children. I will always be doing something with children. Okay. So also, probably toward the end of this year, I'll be doing personal training, going to school, taking classes for personal training. I'm trying to decide if it would be adults or if it would be children, because you know adults is a mess sometimes, and so they are, especially us women. Oh my God, I'm like, oh, I can't stand us sometimes. But And so I'm in the process of getting ready to write a book of my life, of my childhood abuse.
Very good.
My goal is to help
Wonderful.
anyone, especially our women and our girls, but I'll take boys and men too. But that's my goal, that's what I'm working on now, writing my truth. You know, it's my truth. And
Yes.
I'm realizing that on
Yes.
this journey that I'm realizing that a lot of people are not gonna like me, and I can't take that many with me. And I'm accepting that. That was, for me, was hard, because to me,
Oh,
like,
well.
it was gonna be rejection, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm in a better place.
Right.
So that's,
Some will, some won't. So what? That's all.
that's right. And that's what I have started saying, who cares? And so that's my next
Exactly.
goal. Starting, I think, next week or either the week after, I'll start taking my classes for directors, to become a director in childcare. But my goal is to own my own childcare facility.
Very
That's my
good.
goal.
Holler at me when you're ready.
Yeah, and so I will. So my goal is to go to the rural areas and help the poor people, and teach those children what the other children know. Is to give back to them. You know, I
Okay.
want them to be able, you know, and whenever, say, 18 years later, I thank Miss Evans for what she did, you know, because she opened up a center for my child, and look what my child is today. You know, because she gave us a chance. You know, I
Wonderful.
want to do what the other centers are doing, because, you know, I work in it now, and I'm learning how to be a good director, and what's a good director, what is expected of a good director, and what is expected of a bad director. So I'm learning that, you know, through different job experiences. But
Okay.
I always
Now that kind of mirrors. I can't remember what it's called, but you know, here in the States, and I'm sure they have it in all the states, so I'm sure they have it in Mississippi too. But in the States, over the summertime, high school students get to go overseas,
Yes.
and they stay with families that have kids. You're not doing it on a global level, but isn't that kind of like what you're talking about in the bringing
Yes.
the kids from your area to a more rural?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. And so
That
I
is
just
awesome.
believe that. I truly believe that. When I look at our future, sometime at the young people, I'm like, oh my God, I got to do something about our future, because if this is what the future looks like, we are in trouble. We are in
Yes.
trouble. And it's scary
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, just the thought, it is just the thought of the weight loss or fitness programs that you're talking about. Well, should it be kids or adults? The kids, you know, not my business, but I would love to see you do the kids, because that's where it really needs to be stopped. These bad habits that the adults that you want to train are teaching their kids.
Exactly.
And what's weird to me is you have adults that are doing like you do, but still feed their kids the same. Why is that?
It's crazy. You know what? My kids will tell you growing up, they ate healthy. I didn't eat healthy. My kids were like, if they didn't get a vegetable, they didn't have a meal. If I gave them mashed potatoes and a piece of chicken, oh, we didn't eat. And so I think today
Wow.
the parents it's easier to stop at McDonald's or the fast food restaurant and feed them from there instead of going home and cooking a hot meal. So it's convenient. Okay, I can stop at your.
Okay.
Sometimes we as parents that are exercising and are eating healthy, we forget about our children, because, you know, we don't think they want to eat broccoli. We don't think they want to eat squash, but if we introduce them to it at an early age as we're eating healthy, they will. Or if you start introducing it to them now, they'll be like, I don't like this, but guess what? This is all we're eating in our house. And see, children, I'm learning in childcare that we said this the other day, that if you want these parents to do something, tell the children, because the children run in the house. And so we do that. We
Yes.
say, tell them we need this for tomorrow, and they do. And they say, but now if we tell them, you know, they don't do it. But if you tell the child, and they'll come to school with it the next day. So that's what we do. I feed the kids a healthy snack in my class, you know, because Miss Evans is eating healthy snacks. So I haven't found one that won't eat it. I'm like, oh, these little kids are Mike, and they too, so they'll eat what you give them.
Wonderful.
It's up to the
That
parents.
is wonderful. Have you?
Excuse me.
Now, I know you want to become a fitness instructor. Also, have you thought about becoming like somewhat of a nutritionist as well to go, to complement that program?
I thought about that too, because I want to feed our kids healthy, because they are our future. And if you feed the kids healthy, they'll put it in the parents' head. We don't eat this anymore. We don't want that. And so I've been thinking
Right.
about that. So they go neck and neck. You really can't do one without the other one. Even as a trainer, you want to feed your the person you're training. You want to give them a healthy meal. So I'm working on
Right.
it. I'm working on it. That's my goal.
Okay.
But my goal is
Well, it sounds like you are well on your way.
I will always be doing something with kids. So I keep saying I'm going to work with adults in personal training, but 8 times out of 10, it will be children. 9 times out of 10 to be children over the adults, because children are willing. They're willing to do whatever you ask. Children like rules. They really do. If you catch them in time, even teenagers like rules, but parents have not become their friend. You can't be friends with your children until they grown.
We're not going to go there.
No, I'm just saying.
We are not going to go there. Not this show.
No, I'm just saying. So since we are their friends when they're little, and since we are their friends and we're listening to them, we're letting them run the house at 2 and 3. If they say they want broccoli, give it to them. You never know what they want, what they're eating. Kids are not hard to please.
Yeah. No, that's actually my grandson is 6 now, but since he was 2-3 years old, broccoli, you have to take it away from him.
Wow.
Because he will just eat oatmeal for breakfast, broccoli for lunch, snack, dinner, whatever, but it's too harsh on his stomach at that age.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me ask you this to kind of transition back to the sexual assault part, but still talking about kids and eating habits. Have you noticed any changes, or just you being in the child care profession, is there a way to notice through a child's eating habits, or changing in their eating habits, if there's something going on behind the scenes that you don't know about at home or something like that? Talk about that thing.
When something changes in the home, working with children, it changes in the classroom as well. If you have a child that's energetic and just playful and enjoying stuff, and all of a sudden they start to close down, something is going wrong at home. We as parents have to be aware of that. And like, for instance, I have a student right now that's going through some stuff at their home. I had to pull his mom aside and ask her, what has changed at your house that this boy is giving us what for? And, I think something is going on, and, because I'm very aware. I observe everything around me. I act like I don't. If you're around me, you think, oh, she's so quiet. I'm paying attention to everything around me. So we know, as a parent, if your child is full of energy or eat everything, and all of a sudden they stop, because kids get quiet. They get real, real quiet, and when they're around someone that has hurt them, they clam up. And so we have to be aware of that. And so as a parent, you see it. We see it as a parent. We may ignore it, but we see it.
Okay. Now, with the eating habits, have you identified, any students of yours, or either now or in the past, that maybe they have some kind of sexual assault, or any kind, not even just sexual, any kind of assault,
in
or
the past,
domestic situation going
on? In the past, I have.
You have. How did you handle that?
I went to my boss and told them that you need to do something about this child. Because it's like I can tell when a child has been abused. And so and what happened, and it's been like about 15 years ago, I had a child that that was just a loving child, and just one day this baby came in, and it was an instant change, and I was like, something is wrong. And so when I went to change the baby, I cried because she had been messed with. And I called the director, the owner in, and told him, you don't have to deal with this. Look at this baby. This baby was not like this yesterday. And so the owner said, well, it was not my business to tell. but I made the phone call. I made the phone call.
You did, or the owner did?
I did, because the owner didn't. So when I left, I made the phone call.
Aren't they legally obligated?
Yes. Yeah, you're legally obligated, but that don't mean that they're going to do it. But then it comes back and bite you. And I made the phone call, and they went out, and and that little girl ended up dead. The mama's boyfriend.
Whoa, Ellen, I wasn't ready for that one. I was not ready for that one. Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on.
So I'm always aware. I pay attention when something is not right. I will address the parent, because sometimes on your job they like, well, you have to chart. You have to chart it before you can no, some stuff don't have to be charted. I need to tell you this is going on right now. I'll take a chance on losing my job. I don't care. If it's gonna save that child's life, I don't care. But it happens. And so when I do run into that stuff, I do deal with it on the spot. I make the phone call.
Bless your heart.
And so that has bothered me a long time. And it's the first time I've ever said anything about it since that happened. A beautiful angel. So I'm very, very aware. That's why I feel like I've been knowing since I was 6 years old that I would always do something with kids, because I felt like I needed to protect them, because 6 and 7 years old was when I was abused. So I felt like I needed to protect. I went through abuse till I was about 15, and then I became promiscuous after that, and went through a whole lot of other sexual assaults and stuff. So I'm always aware. I feel like I need to protect all kids. That's why I say until I take my last breath, I'll always be doing something with kids.
Wow.
I've been a foster parent. I've been an adopted mom. So, and when I got the kids, I was wonderful. When I got the boys.
Okay. Now, do you have kids of your own too, and you adopted and was a foster?
Huh?
Okay.
I have a biological daughter, and I adopted 2 boys. I fostered them, and then I adopted them.
Wow. Were there brothers?
Yes, they were brothers, and they were abused.
Okay.
And they were family members, so I made the phone call for them too. These are kids that went from loving their mom to when you drop them off screaming and hollering they didn't want to go with her. And I knew, and they wasn't but 1 and 2. So, they were mama boys, and they went from being mama boys to screaming and hollering when you drop them off. And I made the phone call. And so I ended up getting them, and I raised them until they were grown. One of them was grown. I raised them, and they're back in Mississippi.
Okay. Now, do you have, I know I asked if you have a program for eating and, weight loss and stuff like that at your church. Do you have a program, or do the parishioners at your church even know that you can help them with abuse for themselves or their children?
No, the church I'm in right now, no. No, they don't. I mean, I'm not in the clique, so if you're not in the clique, I'm looking for a church home. Let me say it that way. I'm looking for a church home where I can be used, because I have a lot to offer. But if you're not in the clique,
okay, I know you do.
When you're in that clique, if you're not in that clique, you know how it go. You ain't finna get nothing. You're not even gonna preach. Don't even think about it. But I do have a lot to offer them. I can help them. I heard my pastor say the other day, he trying to lose 50 pounds. Here I am. But they're not ready for that.
It sounds good, right?
Yes.
I can see it now that you start your own fitness program, and even if your target market is churches, just blowing that. Look, I'm outside of Atlanta, and we have churches on every other block. I know what Mississippi looks like.
I'm over here in Smyrna.
Oh,
yeah? Yes.
Okay, I thought you were still in Mississippi.
I'm from Mississippi. I've been here almost 7 years. I came here for my daughter to pursue her career in culinary arts.
Wonderful, wonderful. So she's going to the school
She's
downtown?
graduated from the Art Institute of Atlanta. She's graduated. If we was only supposed to be here 2 years, long enough for her to get a degree. And so now it's home.
Right. Okay, that sounds like an awesome family business idea.
Oh, we have a plan.
Healthy eating, healthy cooking.
Yeah, we have a plan. She's my chef.
Very good.
She cooks for me, and I fuss with her because she cooks healthy. And so by me not having salt, being able to eat salt, so she makes my food healthy, but she uses a homemade chicken stock. But I'm always complaining. But it's really good. It's just the thought that I know it's not salt in there. But she really cooks and makes sure I'm healthy.
I know.
She makes sure I'm healthy.
I know. Well, I am so glad you made the choice, even though it was number 8.
Yes.
You know,
and while we don't
to turn that, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But so that's awesome. Well, we are winding down. Any last words that you want to touch on either the assault as a child or eating, how they go together, since that is the topic of the
it's about emotions. I would say to anyone that listen and watch this, that no matter where you are or where you've been with your emotions, you can change. No matter what somebody says or what somebody tell you, be encouraged to change. And if you need my help, you can reach me. I am on Facebook. Find me, Ellen Evans. I mean, I'm willing to help anybody that wants help because it's giving me peace from the outside in. I've been able to, I look in the mirror and say, "Girl, you are cute today." I can look at me and I can love on me. I can touch me. I can wear clothes that touch me.
Yes.
And I wasn't there, and somebody might be there. Guess what? You don't have to stay in the shape that you in. The Potter wants to put you back together again.
That's it.
And so if we do, you don't have to be a Christian. If you want to be fixed, just say, okay, today is a new day. And if you fall down, get up. I don't care how many times you fall, keep getting up. Keep coming back. If you keep getting up and keep coming back, you'll get there. Just don't ever give up.
Yes, very good.
Don't ever give up.
No, I mean, you give up, what are you going to do?
Be back in the same spot.
Right.
Be back in the same
That's
spot.
It.
And so
that's it.
I encourage anyone, I don't care if you 350 or you 150, if you want to get smaller, do it. Don't diet. Please don't go on a diet. Just eat healthy. The main thing is what you put in your mouth. I don't eat bread and I eat vegetables. Believe it or not, I told you earlier on, I hated vegetables. Vegetables have become my best friend. I hate them still, but guess what? I eat them happily. You would never know I didn't like vegetables. And people can't eat
wonderful
style from Mississippi that I don't eat greens and okra and all that stuff. No, I don't eat that kind of food. Believe it or not, I don't like it. I grew up in the house.
You don't like greens?
No. Yeah, I don't like greens at all.
Ooh.
But I eat
that is a first.
Yeah, and so for me to say I don't eat fried chicken, I don't eat candy and homemade sweet potatoes. I think y'all call them yams here, but sweet potatoes, I don't eat that stuff. And they were like, wow.
Yeah, stop. You're making me hungry, so.
Well, hey, I have a granola bar.
Yeah, well, you know what? Honestly, I'm just the opposite of you. I'm not a big meat eater. Like, and I actually was just thinking earlier, okay, when is the last time I had meat? I think I had meat on Saturday.
Oh no.
Saturday.
No.
I definitely don't eat it on a daily basis. And one thing, because I've lost 41 pounds myself.
Way to go.
Now this is my Thank you.
Way to go.
This is my second time losing 30 plus pounds, third time losing 20 plus pounds. This one has been the longest. I started on this journey in 2009 and I lost 39 pounds. And now I've lost 2 more pounds. But in all honesty, that wasn't from healthier eating. that was from not working out like I'm supposed to, and my muscle mass, because you know the muscle weighs more than the fat. And so I was losing my muscle mass. So I'm like, celebrating, ooh, 2 more pats. Wait, that ain't, that's not the healthy way to go. So I started back last week, back on that treadmill.
Way to go.
Panting and hating it. But, that's, I think, not being, let me back way up. 97, I had gotten up to 231. Okay. I'm putting on my size 20 jeans and my zipper busted. Okay. Wake up call.
Yeah.
The next day, I stopped eating red meat. 30 days later, I was down 30 pounds. That was my first time.
Wow.
Okay. Because like you, I was an athlete. And I grew up in New York City. So walking was just going to happen. And I was an athlete. So I never really had to pay that much attention. And I was raised, my mom turned vegetarian when I was 12. I didn't have much of a choice.
Oh, wow.
You open it, it's just like greens just busting out at you. But it's not easy. So when you say you were at 299.4, and I'm like, shoot, I'm over here and complain about 231. Shoot, that you got it. I can't give you enough props on that.
Thank you.
But that is awesome. You know what? And I know Natalie's gonna kill me because this is the business coach side of me. I so want you to either join one of those fitness coaching programs or start your own, because you have a lot to share. You have a journey that's worth other people following you on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, a lot of people lose weight, but they haven't changed how they eat. They're just putting out more calories than they're taking in. That's not healthy
at all. It's not,
because those are the ones who blow up right back up twice what they lost. Right. You're doing it so well, the right way. You need other people to follow you, and you need to get that out there.
I have some followers.
I'm nobody.
But that is my goal. Wonderful. Because I said I'm eventually leave the classroom. So that is my goal, to have my own child care facility, and to be I really want to do a youth training, really for the children, because that's where my heart is. Because I see a lot of big kids at the age 2 and 3 years old weighing 50 and 60 pounds. So that's my goal.
Cool girl, y'all. We got 1 minute left, and we're not going to go there because I will go off on a tangent with that one. You are absolutely right. It needs the parents, the parents. That's all I'm going to say is the parents. Well, any parting words before we cut this off in like 30 seconds?
Thanks. I thank Natalie.
Say your parting word.
Thank Natalie for inviting me, and thank you for being a good host. And talking with me and allowing me to be me. And
hey, we wouldn't have it any other way. Who else are we gonna have here? We might as well call them, right?
Right. But I do thank you and appreciate and being able to share to you and talk about my emotions and and being healthy in the child abuse, being molested, to even be able to talk about it. Thank you. Anytime.
No, thank you for having the courage and the bravery to even share it, because there's so many, and hopefully, even if they're not on now, hopefully there's somebody, I'm sure this gets into the right ears. It's going to change somebody's life. This is going to be around forever. This digital era, nothing goes anywhere.
True.
So yeah, definitely. But I know you'll be on in future episodes, and the topic will come up, and you have a lot to share. So we're gonna keep it going.
It's gonna be one event about the church. Yeah.
I remember last week. I didn't know you were still there, or else I wouldn't have asked those questions.
No, that was okay.
But when you said what you said, I'm like, oh, okay. We'll leave that alone for now.
That's what I say.
All righty, darling. I will see you next week. You have a wonderful week.
Too.
And until next time, be awesome and be blessed.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.